A-level law will be a new A-level to you, one that you would not have studied at GCSE level. So how are you going to know if A-level law is for you? If you can just simply answer the next few questions, then you would know if you have an interest in A-level law. Have you watched television and wondered why some criminals get a harsher sentence than others? Why some people get released back into the community? Have you wondered how the laws are made, either at Parliament or with the European Union or at Westminster? Have you also wondered what has happened during the COVID crisis, of how the laws have been made then? If you've ever been curious about some of these things and are also comfortable in writing essays, then A-level law could be for you. By studying A-level law, you will look at the lawmaking process, the decisions that have to be made in court and who makes those decisions. Do you enjoy debate and argument, and are you happy in putting forward an opinion in class? Can you write fluently, and do you enjoy writing essays? Also, are you fairly comfortable in exams? Law is not just an A-level for potential lawyers. It is for any student who wishes to gain an A-level that will show any employer or any university that you have written analytical skills based on foundations of fact, and that you can absorb facts and use them to put forward a coherent argument. A-level law covers 4 main areas. In Year 1 at AS level, you will look at the English legal system and the law of tort. So within the English legal system, you will look at how the law is made, how acts are passed in Parliament, what happens with acts and bills that are passed at the Senedd in Cardiff, how do local councils make laws, what problems do judges have in interpreting the law with the cases that come before them, and why do we sometimes see major appeals? We'll also look at the differences between the civil and criminal processes and the differences that have to be proved in cases at civil level and criminal level. We'll also look at the role of judges, barristers, solicitors, magistrates and jurors, and how they work together to try to prove or disprove a case. You may have heard of some of those areas, but tort is probably an area that you know very little about, or think you know very little about, but probably in reality you do. You've heard of the Grenfell Tower disaster, you've heard of the Hillsborough disaster. These are some of the areas that you will be looking at in trying to determine issues like the duty of care, what happens with negligence, what happens when people trespass onto other people's properties, and what are the punishments that can ensue. In Year 2, you study 2 main areas, contract law and criminal law. You may not realise it, but you enter into a contract every day of your life. If you buy something from the canteen, that is a simple contract. If you take a train journey, that is a simple contract. We very rarely think about those things as a contract. So what you will study within contract law is how a contract is made and what areas must be proved for a contract to exist. What sometimes happens if there's misrepresentation in that contract, what's gone wrong with that contract, and what remedies can arise from that. Within criminal law, you will study the criminal process. What must be proved beyond reasonable doubt to convict someone of a criminal offence. You will also look at the role of the Crown Prosecution Service and why some people get bail and are released back into the community while others are sent to the remand wing of a prison. You will study a series of offences including murder, manslaughter, assault, actual bodily harm and grievous bodily harm, and the differences between those and why different people are charged with different offences. You will also look at theft, robbery and burglary and all the defences that these can use to try to get a criminal off. For the teaching of AS law and A2 law, I will provide you with all of the resources that you need. You will have comprehensive up-to-date notes, and those notes are updated annually. You will also have PowerPoints, activities based on the WJEC textbooks, and you will have plenty of practice at past paper questions. You will need to be comfortable with sitting exams because AS and A-level law are all tested via exams. Any questions or queries you have or anything you don't understand, I will be on hand to help you and assist you with this. As you can see from the slide, Unit 1 is a 1 hour 45 minutes paper, and you will answer a series of questions. Similarly with Unit 2, but in Unit 2 there's no choice, but you will have plenty of practice. In Unit 3, you answer 2 out of 4 questions, so you have some choice, and similarly with Unit 4. By the time you come round to doing these exams in the May and June of the year, you will have had plenty of exam experience and should feel quite comfortable and ready to go into the exam. So, what can you do with A-level law? As I said previously, it is not just for lawyers. It is for students who want to go on to university or into employment, but A-level law will prove to any university or employer that you have written analytical skills. It is an A-level that's rated for its rigour and vigour and ranks in the same categories as maths, English, physics, chemistry, geography, history. The old view going back to the 1960s and 70s that you should never take A-level law if you want to go on to university to do law is very much outdated. All of the UK universities accept A-level law as part entry onto law degrees and a range of other degrees, including the Russell Group universities, which are the top 20 universities in the UK. I've been teaching A-level law for many years, and I've had a lot of students that have gone on to top universities in the UK to study law. Those universities include Oxford, Bristol, Cardiff, Manchester, Birmingham, York, and a range of other universities. A-level law has never given them a problem in entering into university. Students who have studied law at university have gone into a range of careers. They don't all become lawyers, but a law degree stands them in very good stead for a range of career opportunities. They have become lawyers, they have worked for the Crown Prosecution Services, they work as barristers and solicitors in some of the top firms. They are also bank managers, local government, civil servants, journalists, retail managers, and have also worked for a range of charity organisations. If you have any queries whether or not you want to study A-level law, please don't hesitate in contacting me. My email address is on the next page. Thank you for listening to my presentation.